Thank you very much for joining me, Erik Coleman. On Friday, your old side, the New York Jets, are hosting a massive watch party at the Beer Keller in Manchester, taking on the Miami Dolphins. And this is going to be a wild night, right?
Absolutely, it's going to be a great night. You have the high-powered offense from the Miami Dolphins playing against the wonderful defense from the New York Jets, one of the best defenses in the NFL. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be high scoring. A tough matchup. These are two teams that have a lot of hatred for one another. They're division rivals. Miami, New York. Some say that Miami is the sixth borough of New York, so there's a lot of New Yorkers that are down there, and it's going to be a great matchup. Sauce Gardner versus Tyreek Hill. The matchups they don't stop.
They know, and they most certainly don't. It should be a cracking night for the fans. Are you going to be there, Eric? Are you going to be watching from home? What's your plan to catch this game?
Well, I'm going to be in the UK. I'm going to be in
Perfect,
Manchester.
perfect.
It's gonna be a great time. I'm excited to talk about the game. We're going to have giveaways. We're going to be, signing autographs, taking pictures, having a great time with all the fans while we watch the Miami Dolphins versus the New York Jets. I'm excited to, answer questions, give my opinions on the game. It's going to be a great night.
They're going to be looking forward to it. I bet they can't wait to see you to get those autographs. And I've got to ask you, right, because I've been watching Story Time with Erik Coleman on your Instagram. I know that you're a massive advocate for a whiskey. Are you hoping to share a whiskey or two with the UK fans?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have a couple whiskeys. In the UK, you got to you have to. What they say, when in Rome, you have to do as they do. So I'm gonna have a good time, enjoy myself, and just enjoy Manchester, enjoy the history, the people, the energy. It's gonna be exciting.
It most certainly will be. They're obviously excited to see you. Are you used to the UK fan base? How does it feel to mingle with them and to see how much this sport that you love is growing over here?
Well, I was able to come earlier in the year. I was able to go to London and work with the Girls Flag Football League. Went to a Tottenham game, and talked to a lot of the fans about American football and their excitement for it. And there's a lot of excitement for the game over in the UK. So, as we continue to have games over in the UK, promote, have these watch parties, promote the game, I think that it's just going to continue to spread. It's a little tough to like the game of football when you don't know the ins and outs. But I think the more exposure that the fans get, the more they'll be involved in the game and start to appreciate how awesome it is. And that's what's catching on right now. So you're starting to see the excitement from that.
Massively. And all the girls as well. It's a sport that they can get involved with it. These flag clinics with the things that the Jets have been doing. It's an avenue for them to explore a sport when they usually wouldn't have had the opportunity.
Yeah, I was over for the championships, the girls flag football championships earlier in the year, and the excitement that the girls had for the game. They had a lot of skills. You see that they have grown from, I think it was a 6 or 8 week program where they went from the beginning to the end. Was they were leaps and bounds ahead of where they started. And my daughters play the game of flag football. I have two girls. My daughter, actually, my oldest is playing in the Super Bowl over here next
Wow.
weekend. So yeah, so I'm excited about that. It's a game that I played since I was in second or third grade. I played flag football all the way up to middle school. And then I transitioned to tackle. But, it's a game that you can play at all ages. You can play as a kid. You can play as an adult. People do it for Thanksgiving, the Turkey Bowl games. So it's a great way to learn the game and continue to be involved in it when you don't want to have the physical contact.
And I touched on it before. Story time with Erik Coleman. Obviously, we know from that you love your whiskey. But the fan in me has to ask, the time you intercepted Tom Brady, a magical moment, a piece of tactical masterclass. Tell me about it. Break it down for me, Eric.
It was a great play. It was a great scheme that our coaches came up with. We played up in New England, and the entire season we had shown one look on defense. We played a lot of cover four, and for this game we changed things up and we put 11 guys in the box. That means there were 11, all 11 players were within 3 yards of the line of scrimmage, and I was showing like that was going to blitz. It was at I think there were about 5 minutes left in the game. It was a tight game. I was showing like I was going to blitz. And as he snapped the ball, I backed up and I was just reading his eyes. I was his own player and he didn't see me. He checked down to a running back. I just stepped in front of it, tipped it to myself, and it had interception and sealed the game. And that was one of my highlights to my career, intercepting Tom Brady. He's, arguably the best to ever do it, at the quarterback position. So to have that on my cap, to have that notch, I still have the football and everything. So it was a pretty cool moment for me.
I mean, having the ball must be absolutely crazy for you. But looking at the beer keller, right, we're expecting a crazy night. I'm hoping it's amazing enough to hopefully feature in a story time in its own right down the line. How do you think the fans are going to celebrate? Because I'm assuming you think that the New York Jets are going to get the winner.
Absolutely, the Jets are going to come out with the win. They're playing at home, playing against the Dolphins. It's going to be a big time celebration, and just really a celebration of the game of football, expanding it to the UK, enjoying it with the fans. I'm really excited for the energy. I went to a Tottenham game when I was in the UK last time, and the energy from those soccer games is amazing. It just goes, it's nonstop throughout the game. That energy being brought to American football is it's going to blow it out of the water. So I'm really excited for it.
And this Black Friday game, obviously, it's the first of its kind. Everybody's looking forward to that. Are you much of a Black Friday man? I know you're a Christian. You must be looking forward to Christmas. So you're going to get your Black Friday presents all sorted?
Yeah, my wife is always, participating. We have 3 kids, so trying to get their Christmas gifts on, while they're on sale is a big time for us. It's a big time celebration. I do love Thanksgiving. It's a time to fellowship with the family, time to get together and appreciate what you're thankful for. But Black Friday is that downtime that everybody has after the holidays. Now you can go get after it, have a good time. You have the rest of the weekend to recover. So it's going to be quite a fun party.
And looking back on your career, obviously achieved so many amazing things. We touched on that amazing Tom Brady memory there. But is there anything else that stands out, your favorite memory from everything you've achieved?
Just getting drafted was a big accomplishment for me, to play in the NFL. I grew up, watching the game. I loved the 49ers when I was a kid growing up, and watching them win all those Super Bowls, and to be able to play the game at its highest level was a huge highlight for me. I have a couple big ones. My first game was big. My rookie year, we actually won a playoff game against the San Diego Chargers when Drew Brees was the quarterback. So that was a big accomplishment for me. Winning the NFC South, when I played in Atlanta, that was big. Although Aaron Rodgers and the Packers came through and beat us, and they went on to win the Super Bowl. But I got to play with a bunch of great guys, a bunch of Hall of Fame players. So really, I enjoyed every moment of my career, and I really enjoyed practice. I enjoyed all the tough times. I enjoyed the games. It was just really a pleasure to be able to play.
I mean, it's been exceptional to watch all your highlights, to see the amazing things you've done. But outside the sport, you've done equally fantastic things in your philanthropy work. I was wondering if you could tell me a little bit about that, the things you've done for people with cancer, with disabilities, and all that type of thing.
Yeah, I think as an NFL player and as somewhat of a celebrity, I think it's important to shed light on different areas that normally don't get the attention. And so, children's health has always been something that's been big on my list. My nieces and nephews have sickle cell, so I get involved with the Sickle Cell Anemia Foundation. I'm a board member on the Children's Brain Tumor Foundation, and I try to do as much as I can to raise awareness to help kids, get a chance at living a normal life, and to bring awareness and to help raise money for those causes, so we can eliminate some of these tough times these kids are going through. It's a very big deal to me. It's a big part of my life, and I'm just thankful that I'm healthy. I'm able to promote them and give them love that they deserve.
That's fantastic, Erik. I'd like to thank you so much for giving me some time today, talking about what you've just done then, talking about this amazing game that we've got coming up in Manchester, and obviously the story times that you put on Instagram, which I hope keep coming thick and fast because they're very entertaining. But before I let you go, have you got any message for these Manchester fans that are coming out, and anything else that you'd like to add in general?
Well, yeah, to get ready to have a great time. We're going to celebrate the game of football, hopefully be celebrating the Jets' victory, have a good time, answer questions, take pictures. We're going to have giveaways. It's going to be, it's going to be a celebration of the game of football in the UK. So come on out, have a great time, and let's have some fun.